Hi there, everybody. I want to talk about the impending apocalypse and the opportunity that it really presents for all of us. Now, I know that there's the Mayan prophecy out there that by this December 21st, in just a few days, the end of the world is going to happen. It has been predicted. Now, we shouldn't exactly scoff at this idea because this Earth, which is 4 something billion years old, has gone through 5 complete extinctions of all life on the planet. So the Earth has experienced this kind of thing before. So, anything is possible and nothing is certain. So certainly this could happen. However, science and particularly scientific astronomers have pretty much debunked the fact that we're going to have some kind of incredible disaster due to natural or an asteroid kind of thing or a rain thing or whatever thing, that's probably not going to happen because of some natural phenomenon. But again, the world has been extinguished in the past, so we do need to be careful, and it's a very important warning. Now, however, it's interesting that 2012, when you add it up, I love numerology, adds up to 5, and 5 in the ancient map of life called the Tarot, the number 5 card is the Hierophant or the Hierophant, which is all about lessons and tests and challenges so that we can master life and really learn how to manage life successfully. And so if you look at any tarot deck, you look at all the number 5 cards, and they represent these things we don't want to experience, and we have, like mental negativity, emotional disappointment, physical setback, spiritual oppression. Not good. And I think a lot of us have experienced that kind of stuff this year. I know I have. Hey, I faced near bankruptcy. I had all sorts of classes and international travels, work travel, canceled. My cat died. I had to move. I had to remove a tooth. We all have things like this. So it's not been an easy year at all. So, some people say, well, gee, look around, look at what's happened. And I don't know, maybe this is all true. I just really want to reference, however, a book that was written in the 80s by a man by the name of Richard Urdaz. And he wrote a book called 1000 AD, which is about an event that happened 1000 AD, actually in 1999 or 999. And it was a great feeling at that point in time that the world was coming to an end. And there was all sorts of phenomenon happening. For example, I'm reading here from a great website, by the way, which you should really look at. It's called Mythic Living. .wordpress.com by Carol, a friend, a student, a participant of mine in my Mystic Journey classes in Venice, California. I won't give Carol's last name because it's a long Greek name and I'll totally butcher it. But Mythic Living, one word, .wordpress, one word, .com. Go there. Because she talks about this, the brink of the apocalypse by Urdaz. And Urdaz is saying that in 999, people were observing, and I think this is instructive because what are we observing today in our life? People are observing light streaking across the sky, strange phenomenon. Weather events were seen as portents. Wow. Check out Sandy and all that kind of stuff. Thunderstorms seem more ferocious than normal. Really? Okay, Mount Vesuvius, which is a volcano, blew up and spread a 3-mile wide radius of total destruction, including the wonderful town called Pompeii. Go there if you really want to see a disaster. Not only were there these incredible natural disasters, there was plenty of violence, like children being killed, probably, like all sorts of wars everywhere, marauding tribes, You could read our present, time of 2012 into what we're seeing in 999. And in addition, this is really interesting. At that period in time, according to Erdos, there was a tremendous kind of a re-enlightenment process going on. Basically, civilization went dark for 1,000 years after the Roman Empire, but at this point in time, around the turn of the 1000, beginning of the new millennium, there was a tremendous enlightenment. Lots of new discoveries in mathematics, in philosophy, literature, and of course, all of these people were considered the devil because they were bringing in a new perspectives on life. They were revolutionaries, and people don't like newness and consider out of ignorance of the work of the devil. And so actually the prevailing pope at the time, which is his name, I think it was Sylvester, interesting name. Pope Sylvester was a very well-educated, very intelligent guy. And many people thought that, well, here is a guy who is definitely a work of the devil. So anyway, there was so much fear around the end of the world, and it was prophesied that the world would end maybe on the winter solstice day, like December 21st, coming up for us, or maybe Christmas Eve. But most people felt that it was December 31st, New Year's Eve. That's when the world was going to come to an end. The apocalypse was on the verge here. So what did people do? Some people had a lot of money. They went to Jerusalem, apparently, just to make sure they were in the right place if they had to go. Ascension from the rock called Jerusalem, of course. A lot of those who could not afford that stayed in Rome. Didn't have much money, so I love what he said. These people, instead of going on the pilgrimage, had to practice severe acts of penance. Well, we have too, by the nature of our economy, by the way. And they just simply hoped for the best. Hope for the best, don't we? Wow. Read contemporary world, contemporary America at this point in time, I'm thinking. So anyway, what happened New Year's Eve? It was not a party. People went to midnight mass at St. Peter's, the great basilica in Rome, where Pope Sylvester was giving his midnight mass thing. And so people apparently were in such terror. They were lying on the ground. They were screaming. They were crying. Apparently, it was an incredible kind of event that was happening here. Some people even died of fright. As the bell began to get towards that 12 o'clock hour, the supposed apocalyptic moment. Okay, so what happened here? I'll tell you what happened. As soon as I can find this, yes, is that, so here's Pope Sylvester up there. It's midnight, and he is he's got his arms out there. It's a stroke of midnight. He's out there, and people were singing and crying and doing all this kind of stuff. But at that time, his arms are out. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. He stood motionless, arms upraised. The great bell struck 12, and nobody stirred. But after a short while, all came to life, as after a long dream, maybe even a nightmare. And the choir apparently intoned the song called Te Deum Laudamus, and then broke into this great shout of exultation. We're alive, praising God and the Holy Father. And everybody joys, cries, streaming down their face. Oh my God. And humanity had been given a new lease on life, and the earth was reborn. The year of fear and trembling had passed. A new day had dawned. And I think that's what we're facing here today. a lot of us, oh my God, we're going, some people are going to Mexico, some people are going to Cairo, to the pyramids for these kinds of end of the world celebrations. A lot of people living in fear. But I predict, I know, I predict like that year 999, nothing will happen by midnight. We will still be alive. I'm here. You will be here. And then so what? That is really, really the question. So what? We go through all of this, but why do we do this? It just seems that there's an archetypal, almost a universal quality in all of us human beings. It's a mythic kind of event that we apparently our brain and drama and trauma needs, which is a kind of an apocalyptic vision. I mean, you can find them in every culture, all the Native American cultures. I mean, there are prophecies all over about how, this is all going to come down. We're all going to have to go to heaven or go to hell or something like that. It just seems like it's in our human nature to have this. And I'm thinking, why? And so I want to refer to one of the tarot cards called the Tower. Now, this Tower card is from the Voyager Tarot, the tarot deck that I created. And here is the Tower, and here is this human being falling out of the tower, very reminiscent of 9/11, actually. But this is kind of all things coming apart, everything's breaking up, it's mass destruction, people diving into the fire of hell, and all this kind of stuff. And so from the medieval kind of classic tarot interpretation, this is a very scary thing. This is not the card you want to get. It's like, oh my God, all hell's going to break loose. However, my view of this is that this is an incredible opportunity to rebuild and reconstruct our life. This is really an opportunity. But I want to get back to that warning about these extinctions of life that have taken place 5 times on the planet, because I think we really have to heed this warning. It's not going to happen December 21st, I predict. But down the road, unless we really pay attention to what we are doing to our natural environment, we could be at risk. I think we are at risk. We are Homo sapiens, yes, and we are the beasts. We are the beasts on this planet, and we have to watch out. Go to a wonderful book, or set of books actually, by Jared Diamond, Professor Jared Diamond, who talks about why societies collapse. And it's his academic, extensive research, and I tend to buy a lot of this, that many of the great societies, including the Mayan culture, way back, died out because of their hubris, human pride of ego, that thinking, well, we're better than nature. We can handle nature. Our technology can handle nature. We'll do this and we'll do that and we'll be fine. That's not what happened. In fact, they were not fine. It's because they thought they were going to be so fine. Boy, I'm wearing, this is the year of the fire dragon here, and what a fieriness about. But they did not take care of their environment, and they had these eco disasters. Why societies collapse. Jared Diamond, something really good to look at. So definitely pay attention to that. But here we are, December 21st. We're not going to die. The earth is not going to go to hell in a handbag yet. And so we're back to the Tower. We've been in this 5-year. So what are we supposed to do about this? What's the opportunity? I said in the beginning that this is a great upcoming year, a great upcoming time in our lives, because, okay, all life is energy. Everything is energy. I mean, war is energy. I mean, love is energy. Life is energy. Nothing is not energy. Bottom line. And so keep that in mind. Keep this other thing in mind. I've been a tarot reader, an oracle, I'm a futurist for over 30 years. And this is what I know about looking into the future. It is rarely created by something outside of you. It does happen, of course, things do happen. But most of our futures are created by ourselves. It's called the self-fulfilling prophecy. We make the future. There is no objective future out there. It's we ourselves, how we perceive the future and what we do about it that creates the future. This is not fortune telling tarot. This is fortune creation tarot, if you will, here. So when we look at everything as energy and we create the future, it's an incredible opportunity because there's so much energy about the world now and about the change in the world, maybe the coming down of the world and all of that, and so much fear and so much everything around angst about all of this. There is a lot of energy, a lot of energy. And we who want to not only survive the so-called end of the world, but sustain successfully, it's about riding this wave of energy. Be a surfer. Be like a surfer. Here's a big tsunami of fear and whatever change coming. Don't run from it. Don't deny it. Ride it. Become the surfer of life energy. And if we take that energy of people's fears and all this kind of stuff and actually say, wait a minute, this is my opportunity to really use this energy to resource life and to get our energy going to create what we want. This is an incredible window of opportunity. So on this December 21st, this solstice, the best thing, the smart thing to do is make it your day of ritual, your day of rites, your day of readings, and your day of resolutions. This is the time to resolve that you are going to make something out of your life that you want to make it. It's a time to really reinvent and renew and rebirth and rejuvenate and recreate and revitalize. Re is the holy grail of today, and it's our time to our lives. So make your resolutions, if you will. But if you want to keep them, tell other people. Studies have shown that when you tell other people you're going to make a change, the chances are that you will in fact do it. Because most of the time we don't keep our resolutions. It's true. Change is not that easy. So tell other people and have a plan. Have a plan and carry out this plan of change, of resolution, little by little, incremental, so that over time, these little changes that you're making become a new habit. Habit. That's what we need to make our new life into a new kind of habit, because old habits keep us back. And so we have to re-habit ourselves in ways that we consciously want and how to live our lives. So remember to do that and just believe it, because it is true. If you believe and you take action in this kind of way, hey, this is just a golden opportunity. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn setback into victory, downfall into uprising, negativity into positivity, disappointment into ecstasy, oppression into freedom. We're going to take all those number 5 kinds of tarot disasters and things like that and turn them into opportunity. And that is the great Wheel of Fortune time that we all have right now, and we are the ones who move this Wheel of Fortune. So the next time I get on here and I do a YouTube, we're going to do part 2, and part 2 is not going to be talking about this incredible impending apocalypse, but we're going to move forward and we're going to take a look at what 2013 and the card that comes up for the year 2013 from the tarot. And that will be a most interesting kind of discussion to be doing. So I know we're all going to be around for January 1st. So stay tuned to my YouTube's James Wanless. And we shall see what is in store for us. So thank you very much for listening to this and for watching this, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Bye. Okay, now what?